What's going on? Welcome to the stream. And today we'll be talking about what we saw at CES, the Consumer Electronics, whatever it's called, the CES. All right. And there's a few big tech companies like Nvidia and AMD that spoke at CES this year, which is one of the most influential tech events of the year. And they were recently closed down for, for obvious reasons last year or the year before. And they finally kind of opened it back up for in-person events and things like that once again. But yeah, it talks about, or the event is consumer technology and what have you there. So yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So we do have a lot to get through and a lot of videos to chat about. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. And welcome in from all over the world. Pre-ordered the Ledger stacks yesterday. Let's go. Kyle says, Alex and crypto, let's get it. Yeah, let's for sure. So let's take a look here at the, first of all, we'll be taking a look at Magic Leap. So this was AMD's keynote speech at CES this year. And this was Peggy Johnson, the CEO of Magic Leap, as I just said, and why this is kind of important. So we'll go ahead and just like dive into this and watch it. Let me go ahead and make sure we are actually, you guys can actually hear this.
Hey, Lisa.
Welcome, Peggy. It's so wonderful to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know, it's so much excitement, a lot of discussion around AR, VR, the Metaverse. Talk a little bit about how Magic Leap sees the market.
Yes, it is such an exciting time to be working in this field right now because the progress being made in augmented reality is accelerating. Businesses are beginning to really understand the value this technology can deliver today. And let me start by saying that augmented reality and virtual reality are two very different technologies with very different capabilities and use cases. Virtual reality is great for things like gaming, entertainment, and providing you with a total escape from your physical world. Augmented reality is the merging of your physical world with your digital world. And you still see your physical world as it is, but we merge digital content into your field of view. So with highly immersive augmented reality, like that enabled by Magic Leap 2, that digital content can now become a digital twin of a factory or 3D visualizations of the data, or even a surgical plan where you can overlay on the patient a guide for the surgeon to operate.
So that's going to be pretty big right there. A lot of medical breakthroughs. We always comment about medical applications when it comes to AR. Not only that, engineering and things like that, like when it comes to NASA and really, those high-end fields. So let's go ahead and continue.
So it can also connect you with a remote expert who can guide you through perhaps a complicated procedure and even annotate your physical space from afar, from anywhere in the world, really, using Magic Leap.
So that's pretty insane right there. Being able to essentially in real time, be able to make annotations, notes, and even guide the person that you're assisting. I think that's huge. Cloud like seat procedures and cloud operations. This is going to streamline very complicated like surgeries, for example. Maybe these two surgeons aren't in the same part of the world. And instead of just picking up the phone, and interrupting the surgery, you just put on goggles and you're in real time operating on that patient and getting help from another surgeon across the other side of the world. So these are like life-saving technologies that are going to be like coming soon, right?
Or even a laptop.
Well, it's fascinating technology, and I know we've been working on it together for a number of years. Congratulations on the launch of Magic.
Oh, by the way, so we'll be talking more about the metaverse as well, so stay tuned for that. We have a lot like the Omniverse, which is kind of Nvidia's like take on the metaverse and the applications they're building in the Omniverse, as you can see here. So you're going to want to stay tuned for all of this. You can see CAD designing. You can see the different use cases down below. And we'll get into a lot of that, avatars, bringing avatars to life in the Omniverse and the ACE or the Avatar Creator engine. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for all of this. Chago, what's going on? And Justin?
Magic Leap 2. Can you tell us a little bit more about what makes Magic Leap 2 so special?
Yeah, so a couple things. First is Magic Leap 2's optical stack. That's the thing that enables this industry-leading image quality when you put the headset on. The text legibility is very, very clear. There's a large field of view to put that digital content in front of. And then we have a first-to-market feature called dynamic dimming. That is a capability which allows you to darken the area behind the digital content so it appears even more solid in brightly lit settings like an operating room. It's really needed in there. And then to power these capabilities, we needed a high-performance processor. There's a lot going on here, and it needed to be capable of driving.
So this is the interesting part where, they start getting into the AMD side. Now, a lot of people were paying attention to Snapdragon, Qualcomm, even Apple M1 and things like that. But AMD showcased something big here. They're showcasing that they're leaders in this, silicon space and developing, these chips that are going to advance technology as a whole, augmented reality, AI, and what have you. So we'll get into the avatar side here in a little bit, but as you can see, this is something very important to point out that a lot of people aren't really talking about. But these are, preluding to what is to come in the not so distant future. You have companies like AMD, Nvidia, Samsung, Apple, Qualcomm, many others, right? Niantic, all of them are kind of going to compete on the hardware level, which is very important because when we're talking about consumer goods at an affordable price, that is huge. And I think it's good to have a lot of competitors in this field when we're talking about consumers and the affordability, especially as we go into recession mode. But on the other side of the recession mode, we could see, affordable AR headsets. But in the meantime, they are building these technologies, better chips, better, as she said, the features inside the actual form factor of the AR headset. So a lot of things being built here in the bear market, even in the tech side. Obviously, I mean, technology does not stop developing just because it's a recession or there's a bear market. These companies continue to push the needle even in the downtime. So a lot of people were looking towards Samsung or looking to these companies for groundbreaking things, but right now, what was totally missed by the big tech streamers, the big hardware channels that I've been seeing, is that they're just focused on the GPUs and they're just focused on the CPUs, when in all reality, they should be focused on the AI, the artificial intelligence, obviously, the augmented reality use cases, and the metaverse. And it's completely overlooked. And this is why we're talking about it today.
Experiences and use cases that our customer needed. And because of AMD's leadership in Zen cores and Radeon graphics, we partnered with your team to define a custom processor for Magic Leap 2. And we also developed a custom computer vision and AI processing engine that's been a key component to how Magic Leap 2 maps and then understands that physical world. And our collaboration with AMD has resulted in the industry's most advanced augmented reality platform for enterprise. So thank you for that.
Thank you, thank you. What I love about this, again, is this is back to the motto of you have to optimize silicon, system, and software
Absolutely.
Together to get the best result. Now, healthcare is clearly one of the most promising areas for AR. So, and I know you're very active in it with lots of partners. So can you talk about how customers are using Magic Leap?
Yeah, and you're right. Today, healthcare probably has some of the most advanced AR use cases. And they actually generate two-day positive outcomes for patients and for doctors. So think of surgical planning and
Again, here they go with the medical approach. And this is what I've been saying for the past 2 years is with AR, medical is going to be up there. It's going to be the number one. Then you're going to have other use cases like engineering, NASA. NASA was actually speaking at this keynote via AMD. So they were actually talking about the different use cases for NASA and how they actually use them in their rovers. But this is the needle that this is the kind of the angle that they're going to take here is medical, engineering, and then it's going to get down to education, science, and all the other types of fields. But this is important because this is showing that these are very important elements to society that we will need to progress and get better and push the needle forward. And this is the future, essentially, right? So that's the whole kind of what they're trying to get at here.
3D visualizations of MRIs that can help a practitioner get a better understanding of the patient's anatomy before surgery and even guide them through an operation. And we've got a really great partner in CENTI-R. They've developed this solution that connects physicians to live clinical data and the image of those on the Magic Leap 2 platform. And in certain procedures, physicians have to actually guide a catheter through the blood vessels of the heart. And they do that now while looking at a 2D screen in front of them. But with CENTI-R, the physician is able to see this 3D map of the patient's heart in front of their eyes and the location of the catheter all in real time. So this is absolutely game-changing for the industry, and it's a use case that's really only possible with augmented reality.
No, it's amazing technology, really. So what's next for Magic Leap 2?
Okay, well, I'm excited to announce that we are now what's called 60601 certified, and that means we're approved to take into the operating room. The surgeon can wear it in, and we're currently the only AR device with this certification in place.
There it is right there. We've been paying attention very closely to Magic Leap here on the channel, and this is why, because they are one of the best headsets when it comes to augmented reality. And you just heard it right there. They're the only one that is certified to go into these procedures. So that it's huge.
In fact, the CENTI-AR solution is now under that standard review by the FDA, and we hope to see their software on our platform a little bit later this year in the market.
It's fantastic.
So 2023, it's coming. So this is coming on their headset, as she just said. So there you go. This is literally happening before. We're watching the AR cloud being built. We're watching AR applications and obviously the metaverse on the back end be built as well.
Fantastic. It's clear that there's tremendous potential in healthcare. Now, I know you're also looking at a number of other use cases. What's next for this industry?
So the industry, first, we really need to focus on growing the content ecosystem.
There it is right there. Now they're going to start transitioning into the apps, entertainment, things like that, without actually saying it. But here it is right here.
System that sits on top of the platform like Magic Leap 2, and that will bring more and more utility to devices like this. And then we need to make it smaller. We want to have just glasses format at some point, but to do that, we need to offload a lot of the compute to cloud instances like those powered by Epic CPUs.
And that's where the integrations come in. Integrating Epic, which is built by AMD. It's an AMD chip for those that are uninitiated into AMD tech.
Pervasive AI will also play a big part by maximizing the value of the data that Magic Leap 2 can process so it can turn into actionable insights for the user. And it goes without saying that all of this will require very close collaboration with the industry.
I think,
Yeah, of course, they're going to have to integrate with AMD. She kind of laughed when she said that because they're going to need AMD to do this, right?
Again, our engineers love working with your team because it really is about collaboration and doing something that you might have thought was impossible. So we're very proud to partner with you. Congratulations on Magic Leap 2, and we look forward to making this next era of computing a reality.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right, so not only that, we saw another litany of partners. This was, let me back it up here. This is one of the HP spokespeople. This was Microsoft's VP of
AI and bringing some of the Windows.
Let's see.
Heard to participate with one.
So yeah, they start talking about a little bit about Windows, advanced AI, video enhancer. A lot of AI was at the center, front and center here at CES when it comes to AMD and Nvidia. So this was the front and center topics of the event of some of the biggest and most major companies in the world, obviously like AMD and Nvidia. So when we look at this, we see a trend here. What's important to these companies, right? AI, augmented reality, metaverse. They talk about that a lot. Now, Nvidia focused a lot on their actual tech, AI and augmented reality. So you can even see here NASA talking about the chips and how they use them on Mars, the different applications and things like that. We saw Microsoft, HP, Lenovo, and several other different speakers, I believe, as well, like Magic Leap, NASA, and what have you there. So, let's go ahead and hop on over to Nvidia. So Nvidia had some pretty interesting things to say as well. Let's see if I can find. Let's go actually just roll this clip here. This is Nvidia Omniverse Ace. They featured this at the CES, and we'll play it again. They just dropped this video.
Nvidia Omniverse Avatar Cloud Engine, also known as ACE, opens a new world of possibilities for bringing avatars to life by combining the realistic tones of Nvidia Revis speech AI with the lifelike expressions and gestures from animation AI like audio to face. Creating the next generation of digital interaction has never been easier.
ACE lets you breathe life into a wide range of avatars, from 2D portraits driven by your own video,
and 3D characters from top avatar creation platforms like Ready Player Me.
ACE is now available for early access development, connecting the core AI building blocks of avatar intelligence to virtual characters built on any engine and deployed at scale on any public or private cloud.
I can even answer challenging questions using the power of a large language model.
Together with Nvidia Omniverse Avatar Cloud Engine, we'll make the metaverse a smarter, more engaging space for all.
All right, so there it is right there. Cool stuff. Got to go. Have a great day. See you later, Chris. Let's take a look here at the Omniverse as well. This is the Omniverse technology. So that Nvidia is showcasing not only at CES, but we'll see a lot of this moving forward. You can see here, the Omniverse is a cloud-native and multi-GPU enabled platform that enables real-time collaboration for teams across apps, systems, and geographies. The Omniverse has 5 core components: AI, materials, MDL, materials definition library path, tracing, physics, VFX, and USD, which are important and vital to how it works. And let's go ahead and take a look at this clip here. So you can see here, machine learning physics simulation. So this is where it gets interesting for, big industries like automotive. They featured this. Let's see if we can actually go find this while we're watching this video about the Omniverse. So let's go ahead and continue here, but we'll pull up the CES demonstration as well.
Omniverse technology will transform the way you create.
Look at there's the Amazon robotics here. So we're talking about not only AI applications, machine learning, we're also talking about real physical use cases here, which you see in the Amazon facilities where these robots are taking different shipments and things like that around the warehouse. It's automated. We've seen McDonald's, they just dropped their, fully automated store as well. And not only that, the AI can learn, right? So predictive models, things like that. So this is the beginning of something big. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of an understatement as well. So yeah, apparently that is Earth 2. Wow. So don't tell Randy Chavez that, because he will literally stream that right there. Definitely very cool though. Earth 2. I didn't know they featured that in this spring edition. This was I think this video, let's see, let's take a look here. This was 9 months ago, so pretty interesting. So their idea of the metaverse, the next evolution of the internet, 3D internet, explained Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang during a address at SIGGRAPH, the world's largest computer graphics conference. He says now Web 3.0 is here. The metaverse is the internet in 3D, a network of connected, persistent virtual worlds. So he does acknowledge Web 3.0, but kind of says it in his own definition and own way, which I would agree upon it to a circumstance, but it's also digital ownership as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the special address here at SIGGRAPH as well, where he talks about all the different use cases that NVIDIA is going to bring to the table.
Aspect of computer graphics. RTX, the fusion of programmable shading, ray tracing, and AI, has started the next era, neurographics. Neurographics will be integral to how artists create 3D worlds and how the world is animated and rendered. One of the most impactful neurographics inventions is DLSS, an AI that has learned to enhance the resolution of motion graphics. Today, you will hear Sanya share the inventions and breakthroughs of NVIDIA researchers. She will show you the art of the possible and a glimpse into the future with neurographics. Neurographics is one of the essential pillars of the emerging metaverse. What is the metaverse? Simply, it's the next evolution of the internet. Commercialized 2 decades ago, the internet was about web pages, hyperlinked over a network. A decade ago, Web 2.0 emerged, and the internet was about cloud services connected to applications that are oftentimes enjoyed on mobile devices. Now Web 3.0 is here. The metaverse is the internet in 3D, a network of connected, persistent virtual worlds. The metaverse will extend 2D web pages into 3D spaces and worlds. Hyperlinking will evolve into hyperjumping between
Ooh, I like that. Hyperlinking into the hyperjumping. Ooh.
3D worlds. Like games today, 3D worlds are experienced through 2D displays and TVs, and on occasion with VR and AR glasses. What are metaverse applications? They're already here. Fashion designers, furniture and goods makers, and retailers offer virtual 3D products you can try with augmented reality. Telcos are creating digital twins of their radio networks to optimize and deploy radio towers. Companies are creating digital twins.
So they showcased the digital twins at the CES in this video here. This is where it gets kind of weird.
AI-assisted creator tools are also expanding throughout our NVIDIA Studio
Well, I'll explain here in just a little bit, but here's like their avatar demo here.
apps. NVIDIA Canvas allows creators to paint with materials using simple brushstrokes and AI to quickly conceptualize a beautiful image. Video resolution. This AI accelerated starting this February, an RTX 30
generations of gamers. Creating has grown beyond photos and videos to virtual worlds rendered with 3D cinematic graphics and true-to-life physics. And the RTX platform is powering this growth. Today we covered several topics. RTX momentum continues to build. Ray tracing and AI are defining the next generation of content. And one of our greatest inventions, DLSS 3, has become our fastest adopted. NVIDIA Studio, with Omniverse at its heart, powers RTX Remix and our new avatar platform, ACE. The 40 series performance and power efficiency is enabling a new class of laptops, including 14-inch gaming and creating powerhouses. And the new 4070 Ti for desktop brings the Ada architecture down to $799. Finally, the RTX 4080 is coming to GFN. Millions more gamers will have access to the Ada architecture with our Ultimate membership. Now, here's Deepu Talla to share with you our latest innovations in robotics.
Thanks, Jeff. Shortage of labor and effects of the pandemic have accelerated the deployment of robots in various industries, such as manufacturing, retail, agriculture, logistics and warehouses, delivery, and healthcare.
All right, so we'll kind of stop it there. Essentially, they showcased Ready Player Me right there. You can see on the right, Avatar Cloud Engine. You have the AI tools like AI Toy Box. You have Audio Two-Face Optimization, Blender add-ons, RTX Remix. Where it gets interesting is more the automotive sector, where you're talking about cloud learning, and you can actually build these simulations in the digital side, and you can run a lot of different millions of scenarios, to teach your pretty much your self-driving cars how to drive better on the road, which was pretty much impossible before, or very, very expensive to do, right? So this is where it gets very interesting. Another use case in society where AI can really, or advanced machine learning can really help society better and keep people safe, right?
And then curate, label, and train their AI self-driving software models. Using NVIDIA's Drive Sim, you can then test and validate this self-driving software in the digital twin of these cars on millions of scenarios every day. All this software runs on NVIDIA DGX and OVX servers in the cloud. Now in the vehicle computer, NVIDIA Drive provides a suite of full-stack self-driving and cockpit application software. This includes
So right here, you see the Data Factory, Drive Replicator, Drive Sim, Drive Map, Drive Chauffeur, and Drive Concierge. And let's zoom in right here, even the Drive as well. You can see the different use cases here, how that connects to NVIDIA Omniverse and NVIDIA AI, and then ultimately to their basically their proprietary server software. And that's where I kind of see things going as well, is these hardware companies building their own, at least the AMDs and the NVIDIAs, Intels, IBMs of the world, building these types of applications for big mainstream industries and things like that. So we'll see kind of the race to see who can do this first. NVIDIA's pretty far up there. They have the tech, the hardware. They've purchased, server companies that work really well with their vertical, and so has AMD. So I do see them as the front runner and kind of the AI server metaverse race, if you will. But AMD or NVIDIA is pretty far up there. So anyways, that's all I got for this one. I wanted to showcase different use cases and things like that, showcasing the actual on the ground floor of these different hardware companies, software companies, bringing things together into life of what is going to pretty much dictate and what's going to be pretty imminent, coming very soon in the not so distant future, and how that relates to augmented reality, consumer devices, and things like that. So I hope that makes you think, brings it together a little bit for you, and what is to expect here in the not so distant future. So Alex in Crypto says, AI is basically a scripted program that exercises different tasks based on commands and results for now. Yeah, that's it actually does have actual learning though. So AI is just not, it can, I don't want to say what it can and can't do, but this dude in the video looked like an AI avatar. Imagine when the rigs that can run these metaverses get saturated and cheap too. So what do you mean by rigs that can run these metaverses? AI is just very complicated robot operating system. There's different applications. So it's like different apps. You have OpenAI. You have all these different programs being built with OpenAI. So it really just depends, right? Maybe AI there will be always new jobs created with tech progression. For sure. But as AI learns, machine learning as well. There's two different kinds. You have machine learning, which is good for, computational models. Then you have AI, which is actually, it's way more intensive than just your average machine learning. So kind of similar tech, but two different kinds and two different applications, which is why they kind of showcase the different applications here when it comes to running different models and different simulations and things like that. So yeah, there's going to be different use cases for the different two. AI is going to be like pretty advanced. I mean, it goes hand in hand, right? And we'll only see this progress. I mean, with what we've seen with the Chat GPT avatars and things like that, it's pretty major. I mean, this is pretty major, and that's like based on 2021 search results and things like that. So, and Chat GPT at a default, it's only like at 30% power, so you can also turn that up. And we're also seeing this technology be built out before our eyes, like the actual infrastructure. So this is only going to iterate like faster and faster. And, you know, before you know it, you'll be wearing an AR headset and it's going to have maybe its own machine learning built into it. You know, 3D stack chips and all that kind of stuff built in or what have you. Kyle, I think you need to read the messages from the top. We were having a whole... Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to end the stream here anyways. So I appreciate everybody for joining in, watching these keynotes. It was great, and kind of hopefully that show you what's in store for the not so distant future. AI, augmented reality, metaverse coming soon. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. I'll catch you guys later. And as always, be like an NFT, be authentic, and I will see you later. Peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video if you enjoyed this content and you'd like it to share with a friend and get them, you know, updated into what's going on in the future. So yeah, I'll catch you later in the next one, and have a great day.